Well, good morning, everybody. Rene here. I thought since we are sheltering in place in our homes these days, I may as well just kind of give you a tour of my house, right? Welcome to my house. My wife's not here today. She's out doing some errands for the church. She's delivering food to some senior citizens. I was working on my sermon earlier, decided, I'm just going to give you guys a tour of the house. So upstairs, we've got two rooms, basically. We've got our kitchen, which you can see behind me there, and then we've got our family room, and then outside is our infamous back porch from which I do a lot of these daily video devos. You see kind of a forest grove. We don't have much of a backyard, and you can hear the freeway noise because we are right next to the fish hook, even though you can't see it from our house. And then I'll take you into the other room. This is the other room we have upstairs. This is our living room. You can see the little piano back there and some other musical instruments. Now I'll take you downstairs. Our front door, our front porch that we built after I preached a sermon on having a front porch, getting to know your neighbors. Let's go downstairs. This was our daughter's room. It is now, thanks to a desk I've put in, the room where I write my sermons under this shelter-in-place order. Across the hallway, my wife's office. You can see all her books against the wall, and it's also where I've thrown a table, and I do the little TLC at home podcast from in here because the sound is good. Across the hallway, another one of our children's bedrooms, which is now the grandchildren's rooms when they come over, place for them to sleep. Bathroom, laundry room. Here's our bedroom, and I've always got a stack of books that I'm working on. Let's see, what have I got today? I have got a book called The Brain That Changes Itself. Very interesting science book. Founding Brothers, fascinating history book. Swiss Family Robinson. The Valley of Vision, really good Puritan devotional. So I'm always working on all kinds of different kinds of books. Let's go back upstairs. So why did I give you a tour of our house? Well, because our homes are becoming the center of what God is doing in the church right now, just as it was from the very beginning. In Acts chapter 2, it says, all those who believed came together, held everything in common. They sold their possessions and belongings and divided them up to everyone who was in need. I'm seeing a lot of that happening these days. Day by day, they were all together attending the temple, and they also broke bread in their various houses and ate together with glad and sincere hearts. You ever think that the early church and the early Christians just had something about them that was so attractive, and you ever longed to somehow get some of that vibe back? Well, I think we have, whether we wanted to or not, because of the coronavirus crisis, the shelter-in-place orders. And I think that as the summer progresses, we're going to have opportunities to really develop home groups just like the early church did. So here's what I'm asking you to do. Now, if you haven't done this yet, contact 6 to 8 of your friends and say, hey, let's have a virtual small group where once a week, we just get together, we share prayer requests, we share laughter. You can go through the questions that are at the end of the sermon notes every week. You can download those at tlc.org/notes. That'll give you some discussion starters. But here's why this is crucial. Because when the shelter-in-place order ends, we're not going to be able to go back to very large gatherings right away. We will be able to do like maybe gatherings of 10 or less. Well, your small group that you set up now can become an in-person gathering of 10 or less and watch the worship services together on the weekends. So here's what I want you to do. Contact your friends, put together a little group, and then email our small groups pastor, jim@tlc.org. Let him know what you're doing. He'll be your personal concierge into the world of small groups and how to make your virtual group effective. You do that and you'll be positioning Twin Lakes Church to survive and thrive through this shelter-in-place order just like the early church did. In their homes, praising God together. I know God's going to do something great. God bless you.